Just me and Lee West here.
Lewis Smith, MMA UK, you're with Meatball Molly McCann. Now the flyweight women's champion. Has that settled in yet?
No, coming from the gym that I'm from, when we win a belt, it goes straight in the drawer and you get on to the next one. I believe, and we all believe, if you start believing, you hype, it's the beginning of the end. So it's a lovely achievement, and it's nice to be recognised from everyone that you're number one. But when you've known you've been number one since you was this big, it doesn't mean nothing really.
And what's your reception been like back in Liverpool?
Scousers are unreal. We're all looked after by each other. Can't walk down the street without someone shouting the meatball or asking for a picture. But honestly, it's exactly the same in London. Just walking into the O2 today, I've got such a reception. It's great to see what a good job Cage Warriors has done promoting me. Me fighting has spoke for itself. Yeah, it's not bad. The rainy days ain't so bad when you're the king. That's what Kings of Leon say.
And there's a big couple of months coming up in Liverpool now with MMA. We've got Cage Warriors coming back in the summer. Obviously the UFC. I think everybody wants you on that card. What's your thoughts for the coming months?
You ask any Scouser, would they like to fight at the Echo Arena? It wouldn't matter if it's bare knuckle boxing, if it's Cage Warriors, if it's the UFC. You're always going to say yeah. I'd be more than delighted to represent my city on the UFC card, but if the call doesn't come, I'll bide my time and I'll wait, and I'd love to fight again on Cage Warriors in September. But obviously the epitome and the reason why we fight is eventually to fight for UFC gold, and to find my way there and to fight at Liverpool will be something special, because I know I could have the crowd and the arena full by the time that I even got out there. And everyone knows it's not like I'm chatting pony. It's like the real deal. So it's been a tough week of mentally preparing myself. It's like, how can I put it as an analogy? It's like waiting for Christmas to come, but you don't know when it's coming. Do you know what I mean? You think it's like a week away, but it could be 2 weeks. I can't explain a perfect analogy, but it's like standing on a scale thinking you're lighter than what you are, and then when you stand on it, you're fat. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yes, I'm so ready for the UFC, and then they're like, whoomp, no, you're not there yet. So how long do you want me to wait? I'm 6-fight win streak, world champion, knocked 70%, 65% of my opponents out. I've more support than 90% of the Cage Warriors men on the roster. Have more social media following than 95% of the Cage Warriors on the roster, and the second biggest Cage Warriors selling ticket event in 92 events. Paddy's got the number 1, I've got the number 2. I don't know how many more credentials you need me to be arrogant enough to have to speak about before I get noticed. Do you know what I mean?
And I heard you calling out Chess Guy, is that true?
Yeah, not in a bad way, just in a way where I just know. We touch gloves, point at the floor, and let's say let's dance, like let's go for it. I respect her so much that for me to call her out, I don't think she'd be like, oh, what a dick. I think she'd be like, I appreciate that you've acknowledged my work ethic and what I'm about. I also called out Paige Van Zandt. I'll also call out I'll call out the champion. I will call out Roxanne Modafferi. She's a mate of mine, but look, I'm only in this for, you've got a limited time period when you're fighting, and I've got to do what I've got to do to represent my city, represent the country, and get another belt. So what needs must, I'll do whatever I must.
And if it's not the UFC, will it be headlining the next Cage Warriors in Liverpool?
I think Paddy's going to headline it, but if I'm on it, I don't know if that means the champion headlines the card. I don't know what the score is. I think that's the case, but I don't know. If I'm not on the UFC Liverpool and they don't have a European card before, I presume I'd love to be. What an honour it would be again to headline the Liverpool Echo Arena. That's up to the team, what they choose to do. They know they've only got to call me on 2 weeks' notice and go, we are Mal, we want you back. And I'm like, that, yes, please. I'd love to fight. The dream was to retain the belt one more time, then go to the UFC. But when the call got to the Echo, it was like, fuck, get me on that Echo card, you know what I mean? So,
well, Molly, thank you very much for your time. Once again, congratulations on the belt, and hopefully we'll see you at the UFC.
Lou West, see you.
Thank you very much.